Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Blessing for those that don't know me. For those that know me and have subscribed and have been watching all my videos from the first one to the latest one, I love you so much. Thank you for the support, guys. I really appreciate it. So today is my first proper sit down video, and I'm going to do it while I'm eating some fruits. That's what I'm having for dinner, by the way. So I'm going to be answering two sets of questions. The first set is the questions that I got from what is this called, NGL link, the anonymous thing. Then the second set of questions is the questions that I got from Instagram, which was not anonymous. So I'm just going to dive straight into it so that I don't want this video to be too long. I'm just going to be answering the questions that were asked. I'm not going to expand much. I think we'll always do these sit down videos so that we get to know each other. You get to know me a bit more. So yes. So I'm going to start with the NGL, the anonymous questions. So this one says, your close friends list must be long. My close friends list is not long. I think if I go beyond 5 people, I would have stretched. I think I've got max 5 people who I can add to my close friends list, like the realistic close friends list, not the Instagram close friends list. So the next question says, I'm scared to talk to you in person. This is not the first time that I'm getting this feedback or type of sentiments. I get them especially at work from junior subordinates. Well, not only them, but I get them especially from work. Personally, I think this is one of the few times I've received such a sentiment, but I'm not a scary person. Like, I think once we get used to each other, we just get used to each other. That's basically it. I think what I'm just going to say is, if you want to talk to me, guys, just talk to me. I am here and I'm not scary. I'm not a beast. I'm not a snake. I'm afraid of snakes, so I'm not a snake. Yeah. And then this one says your crush is my crush. 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 Hey, I am old, guys. I'm old. General crush. Who are you crushing on right now? I've answered. Then this one says, just wanted to remind you how awesome you are. Thank you so much, guys. I thrive. Well, I don't thrive, but I really feel warm when I get these types of. Oh, thank you. Then the next one says, are you married yet? I am not married. I am single and not married and have never been married. I'll end there. Then the next question is, I want to know your crush. So people are interested in my crush, and again. My dating life. So my dating life is very not interesting actually at the moment. I'm single, like I said, and there's no dating life to talk about at the moment, unfortunately. There's no dating life to talk about. Then tell us about your experience as a GT soon after school and being in a male-dominated field. Let me just grab some water and then I will answer this one. So a lot of of people have been asking about my dating life. Oh, yes. There is no dating life to talk about, guys. No dating life. Right, we're back. So this person asked me to share my experience as a GT soon after school. I graduated in 2019 and I graduated from the University of Zimbabwe, and I graduated as the top student in my class. So graduating as there's something happening on my door, sorry about that. So graduating as the top student in my class, I managed to get a job at the company that I'm working for now, and it was on merit being the fact that I had graduated as the best student. So when I got the job, I think I started at around 5 days after graduation. And starting 5 days after graduation, I didn't really struggle when it comes to getting a job, and I'm really grateful to God for that. It was like, it was God's plan. Let me just end there. So getting out of school and going into the work environment, it was confusing, because what I learned in school about engineering, about all these other things, and what I found at work were two different things. So, yeah, that was a real dilemma. There were two different things, guys. I'm not going to butter it or marinate it or anything. There were two different things. And I remember one of the most common feelings that I felt was I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I didn't know what was expected of me. So it was a confusing moment in terms of responsibilities. And it was a trying moment because, again, at the time that I joined the organization, there were not many females in the field. I think there was only one other female engineer in the organization. And so you get like the elder men, or men rather, looking down upon you. I'm not sure whether they look down upon me because I'm a woman, or whether they look down upon me because I was a fresh graduate. I would never know, and I don't want to judge, because you really can never really know why someone is judging you. So that was characteristic as well when I joined site. Salary wise, I think I got a good salary when I joined. I was one of the first GTs, so I think I would think that the organization had not really pegged graduate trainee salaries at the time compared to now, considering that there's a whole GT program that is running. So I didn't really struggle financial wise. And then in terms of it being a male dominated field, I think I didn't struggle much, because remember in university it was already a male dominated class. So well, in uni, I found ways of coping among my peers. So it wasn't that much of a big deal, to be honest. I didn't struggle fitting in, but I felt like the industry struggled to accept me as an engineer. And I remember at some point, I actually posted about something. Let me read the caption that I put in that post. So I posted a picture of myself on Instagram, And I think these words that I am going to read out just now define exactly like how it has been from GT graduate training up until now. So, open quote, this is what I wrote. So this was my caption. As a woman, I am sometimes mistaken for one of the administrative staff on site, but that quickly gets resolved once I start giving directions. My advice today is do not be afraid to take up space in this field. At times it will feel like you stick out like a sore thumb, but you have an important job to do. Ignore the noise, ignore the negativity. As is the case for men and women alike, you will encounter difficult people. You will encounter difficult people who knowingly or unknowingly put obstacles in your way. And from time to time, you may find yourself dealing with the effects of someone who is determined to do harm to your career. My advice is to keep your head up and focus on doing your job so brilliantly that those standing in your way have no choice but to get out of the way or get run over. So this feeling has always been with me from the time that I was a GT. Like, I'm not sure whether it's because I was paranoid because of something or because it was my own insecurities of not knowing what was expected of me at the time. But at one point or another, you always feel like someone is coming after your job or someone wants you to get shouted at, or those things that happen at work. But I think I've managed to get over them over time, and that's basically how I've survived until now. And the male-dominated field, unfortunately, is not an easy field. In as much as we're talking about women empowerment now, you get nasty comments like on sites where people like men would sometimes comment to say, Anditi, like, you guys want women empowerment, so we are equal. You're saying we are equal, so let's do equal tasks. And yet maybe it's a 65 or maybe it's a 25 kg cement bag. Even if it's two women, guys, we struggle to lift that thing. And so you always get those challenges. They're still there. And because the construction industry is still male dominated, you find that those are still very there. Let me put it like very there. So my advice to a young engineer, young lady who wants to join the construction industry is do not be afraid. One thing I've gotten to learn is, yes, the men, I'm not looking down on men, don't come for me, but men have got physical strength. But I would like to believe that as women, we have got our own strengths that come invaluable in the construction industry. I've been telling people recently that a site that is run by a woman is not chaotic usually. Why? Women bring some sort of calmness. You see how inside the home, the child will be running around and doing all those things, but once the mother just comes and says, Iwe, or hello? Hello? So, my advice is, women have got their own strengths, men have got their own strengths. You just have to find your own strength as an individual and maximize on that. There is a reason why God has put you in the path that you are. There's a reason why God brought me to where I eventually ended up in, which is the construction industry. Even though I was a softie, I was a soft girl, guys. But there was a reason why God brought me here. So you need to be strong and you need to know what you want. You need to have goals. You need to have goals so that all these other small things that happen or come through or come your way don't really fuzzle you. You stand fast in your path and you will know that God has got a plan for me and I'm here for chakat. Then The next question was, we now want things to do with relationships, all types of relationships with God. We now want things to do with relationships, all types of relationships, relationships with God, how you deal with friendships, romantic ones, if you're single, and how you're embracing it. So I'll break this one down into parts. Relationships with God, I think for me, I believe that my relationship with God is personal and has to be intimate. One thing I was telling people today, my colleagues, is that I cry. And I don't cry just to cry. I cry to God. I cry and I tell God what I'm going through. Like when I'm walking alone, I'm crying, or I'm laughing. Even there, I just laugh at God and I'm laugh with God, and I'm like walking with God and I'm talking to God. I'm shy. Generally, naturally, I'm shy. So when I don't know. I've told people that and they've said that I'm not shy, so I don't know. But I would like to think that I'm shy, and each time I'm walking alone, I'm always, I am, what do I say? Each time I'm walking alone, I would really be uncomfortable, that's the truth. And I'll be thinking that, hey, what are people thinking when they see me walking? Am I walking too much? Like, am I showing off too much? Am I being, how do they perceive the way I'm walking, all those things. And then I'm just like, God, please don't let them look at me, or those kind of things. But my point is, my relationship with God, I would like to just briefly describe it as an intimate one, where I share my stresses, I share my struggles, even the things that are ungodly sometimes. I've just gotten to a point where I would say something and then I'm like, but God, this is not in accordance with your plans, it's not in accordance with your will. I'm sorry. But I would have said it either way. I don't know how you guys are going to perceive that, but that's just how my relationship with God is. Friendships, how do I deal with friendships? I struggle with friendships. I think one of my closest, or one of the best relationships that I've ever had with one of my friends fell through because I just struggled to communicate. I think this person already knows themselves while they're watching this. I know probably they're not the one who asked this question, but they will know. So my friend really had the best intentions for me, guys. My friend would look out for me. My friend would suggest things for me, programs to study, and even a link for me to, to get there. But I ruined that for myself. I ruined our friendship because I just didn't communicate well with her. And I regret it even up to now, and I don't even know how to correct or mend that relationship. Because I just feel like, I don't know how to. That's the truth, guys. I don't know. I feel like in terms of friendship, I'm not good at it. I don't know if there's something called good at it, but I've just not been myself for the past 1 or 2 years. So I'm just going to move on from this one because it makes me emotional, because I've lost a lot of friendships due to poor communication. Because I'm someone who doesn't really know how to handle their feelings and how to handle stress. When I'm undergoing stress, I just shut down. I shut down completely, and I think that is what has ruined my friendships for me, because people will be trying to get through to me, but I'm not responsive because I've shut everything else out and I'm going through something, and leave me alone. I'm not saying I want them to leave me alone, but something like that. The romantic ones, I think I've had quite nice relationships before, but like everyone else, I've also had bad ones. So I think in terms of dating, you just figure it out as you go. I don't have a formula. I have like qualities of someone that I'm looking for. Such that nowadays, I think from the experience that I've just had, I can easily tell that this is my person, and I think I'll know when I see the person, because now I'm actually more intentional about my prayers in terms of partnerships and all that. So I don't have it all figured out. I think that's one thing I should tell you about myself. I don't have everything figured out. I am still figuring it out. For some reason, people think I've got it figured it out, but I don't. I'm just like every other lady between the ages of 20 and 30. And then, how am I embracing singleness? I think I talked to my dad the other time. I was telling him, Putin, I don't feel the pressure to rush into a marriage or to rush into a serious relationship because of some of the experiences I've seen people go through. Unfortunately, I can't name names and I can't give examples, but I've seen people go through the worst because of relationships, because of marriage. And I don't want to put myself through that. So I think I've gotten to a point where I've just accepted that when the time is right, the Lord will make it happen. I know I struggle sometimes to comprehend that, but that's just where I am, to be honest. And it might not make sense to some of you because you're like, I do want to be married. I do want everything that is out there. I do want everything that life has to offer. I do want money, but if I don't have money, am I going to kill myself? No. So then, you don't know this, but I have a crush on you. So what are you going to do about your crush? I don't know if I'm supposed to say thank you for having a crush on me, but what are you going to do about it? Not my problem. Is it possible to manage work, family, and relationships within the construction industry? Guys, I've struggled. I have personally struggled. Because the construction industry, like I've alluded in my previous video, is a very fast industry. It's a very demanding industry. You leave work 10, 11 p.m., you start work 7 a.m. You are moved from Harare to Masvingo. It pays well, according to the salaries that are here in other industries, but it's also got its down. It just got its own ups and downs, and I think that even up to now, I haven't really figured it out how to balance the three: work, family, and relationships. But I think one of the most important things that I always pray for is to get someone who understands how the construction, like in relationship wise, to get someone who understands how the construction industry works, such that you won't have like friction because of someone saying you're not giving me attention. Those arguments that people in relationships have. But it must be possible because I've seen people, very few do it, and I wouldn't know from a distance whether they are really balancing, or I'm just thinking they're balancing because they're knocking off at 4:30 and going home. I don't know how, but for me, I'll speak for myself, I haven't figured it out, unfortunately. Then the next question was, are you married, dating, or single? I am not married. I am not dating at the moment. I am single. Then someone said you like me too. Well, I do like everyone, so maybe I like you too. Then this one comes again, your close friends. My close friends list. Or maybe this is an AI generated question. I don't know now. So now moving on to the Instagram questions, and the Instagram questions were not that many. I'm not going to repeat the ones that were repeated, like the relationship questions, because it's like 90% of the people that asked me questions really were looking for the juicy stories in my life. it's unfortunate that the time that you asked this question, maybe try the next Q&A. The time that you asked this question, I am not in a relationship. Then Instagram said, this one is my friend. He says, "Madaipa to tengarini," and I'll just say, "Garai mareni momwe," because you never know when these things will happen. Then the other question was, do you apply makeup and wig installations? I always see you in your natural look, but it looks nice. As of today, what's the date? I don't know, 18 May? 8 May, sorry. As of today, the 8th of May, I do not apply makeup. Not because I don't want to. At some point in uni, I tried applying makeup, guys. I really did. And I was not good at it. I felt like it was exhausting for me to keep learning and keep doing it. So I think I just abandoned it because I felt like I was trying so hard, but I wasn't getting it. It's different from how I'm doing this YouTube thing. Like, well, it's different. At that time, I was trying makeup because, you know, everyone in uni was looking so good in makeup with the brows and whatnot. So I was trying all that so that I could also look good. And I didn't achieve the result that I wanted. I still did not look as good as the other ones with the makeups, the nice ones. So I just let it go. And then I never really bothered. When I got into the construction industry again, makeup is it's a tricky thing because you work in the sun. I used to work in the sun like 100% of the time, and so makeup would only make it a sport, because now I would always think that maybe it will start melting and all that, and then I would have to keep on maintaining throughout the day. So I never really applied makeup once I joined the construction industry. At some point, my skin got bad and burnt that I considered, let me start makeup and cover up these patches. But then I think it just recovered over time, and I never really got to it. But if I could get someone to teach me like proper makeup, guys, then I would want, because like people look so nice when they've got makeup on. I want, because I'm not gonna chat it, but I really want to do like makeup. Maybe not every day, like I'm still going on site sometimes, but like when I go to the office, I would want to have some makeup on, to be honest with you guys. I'm not going to say makeup is bad. I want makeup, but I can't do it myself, and I can't afford to go to a makeup artist and say every day in makeup. That's just not sustainable in my budget. I'd rather eat. I would rather eat, Shane. Anyway, the next question. Well, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to mention someone else's name, because this person is saying that one of my exes is saying I should come back to them, and I'm not doing that because no. There's only one ex in my life. Oh, no. I wanted to say something that could put me into trouble, but I'm not doing that, what you're saying here. Then, my sister, this one is my sister, I'm going to mention her. She asks me how much I earn, and I'm not going to disclose that because that is a violation of my employment contract. I can't do that. And this person is asking me, my sister doesn't know how much I get paid, and why would she know? Because once she knows that information, the demands will keep coming, and she won't understand when I say I don't have money. So, Kuzi, no. Then this one says everyone wants to know the relationships. What's the sound? Everyone wants to know the relationship status. I have a single brother. Like I said, I am single, and I'm not sure if I'm searching. I'm waiting for something to happen. So I'm not sure if I'm searching. Don't get me wrong when I say I'm single, I'm not sure. Then this one says, blessing, you know. This person is basically saying that I didn't give them a chance to be in a relationship with me. And that is probably right. I'm not just going to give you a free passage into my life, like you have to earn it. Never mind, but I know people will probably say that's why I'm not married, but I don't think so. Can't just come for free. No, you just have to make an effort as a man, guys. I'm not going to lie on that one. I've heard the comments about people were saying that that's why I'm not married. Even I had a boss who used to tell me that. Like you're making complicating things where they're not supposed to be complicated. What? I'm not going to say cheap. But anyway, if you could tell 17-year-old you one thing, what would it be? I would tell myself to trust in God, because He will not fail. He will never fail you. He will always be by your side. He will always know what's best for you. And His plan is the best plan. Next question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? In 5 years, I am going to be a public figure. I am going to be one of the powerhouses in the construction industry in Zimbabwe, in Africa actually. I think I have been exposed over the past 5 months. I have been exposed to rooms I never thought I could enter. I've been exposed to environments I never thought I could fit in. And it has just increased my appetite to get more. One thing I pray for is that it aligns with God's plan for my life. I know people who are probably watching this, some of them think that I'm not going to get there. But I think I am starting to be more intentional about those things. I'm starting to be more intentional about myself. I'm starting to be more intentional about how I relate with others, how others perceive me. So I think that's a step. How I will get there, I'm not sure. I just know that God is going to make a way, and He's just going to do beyond what I could possibly think of, and He's just going to be by my side, and He's going to elevate me, and He's going to favor me. He's just going to do it for me, guys. I don't know how, I don't know from where, I don't know anything, but I know that is where we're going. So stay tuned, and take people to this video when 5 years down the line I make it. And I want to be that testimony. I want to be that, I knew that girl. I want to be that person. So what is your favorite and worst quality about yourself? I'm getting tired. But I think this is one of the last ones. My favorite quality about myself is that I am intelligent. I don't know if that's a quality or what. I'm intelligent and I am smart, and I think I am also a welcoming person, in as much as most people think I'm scary. I'm also an accommodative person. I don't select people, but I guess there's something about me that gives people the vibe that I do, so I need to work on that as well. But basically, I'm just blessing, and I'm a problem solver as well, both at home and in any like facet of my life. I like solving problems, and I'm good at solving problems, such that I think that is my UVP. That is my unique value product as blessing. My family relies on me for that. My friends rely on me for that. So I think that is one of the best qualities. I know you asked for quality. The worst quality about myself is I do not know how to communicate when I'm struggling. I do not know how to communicate when I'm going through something. I just shut down everything and everyone out, and I suffer internally. I try to talk to God, but there's sometimes that you just need to talk to someone. I had someone I could talk to, but at the end I could talk to him about anything. But yeah, with most people, 99% of them, I can't even talk to my dad. I could talk to my mom when she was alive, but now it's just history. But that's my worst quality, such that this person was asking me this question. I lost you because of that. And I really hope there's something that I could do, that I can do to make sure that we get a third, fourth chance. I don't know how many chances you've given me, but you are one of the best things that has happened to me in my life. Before you, I never thought I never thought a friend could love a friend like that. But yeah, I messed it up, shame, as usual. But anyway, I think that's the end of the questions, and I just want to thank you. I'm sorry, this could have been, maybe, I know I'm just in a corner, but guys, there's no lighting in this room. I'm sure I've shown you my room where I'm staying in Big Falls. There's no lighting, so I was trying so hard to get a little corner where I could get some light, and this is the best that I could get. If let me say this on this video, if I am ever coming back to Big Falls on my budget or whatever budget, I'm never staying in these rooms. Elephant Hotel standard rooms, not it for me. Comfortable, but the lighting, guys, in this day and age where you've got social media and people wanting to take pictures, I can't even take a mirror selfie or a mirror picture because there's no lighting on the mirror, or there's nothing. So I think that's one thing I definitely did not like about this room. But in terms of being comfortable, it is comfortable. The bed is nice, the aircon works, the water is hot, and it's the right pressure. So it's just the lighting. I'm mentioning the lighting and I'm giving it a bad review because, again, in this day and age where people are taking pictures, and how do you not improve your light, and how do you not make things nicer? Anyway, I'm not even going to finish this food. I'll probably just finish the nachi. To close off, guys, I really want to thank you again for the support that you've shown me. I am beyond grateful for your support. Continue to like and subscribe to my channel and comment on my videos, engage. Should you feel that I didn't answer any question adequately or to your satisfaction, please come back and ask me in the comment section. I will definitely answer it for you in the next video. Whether it's through a vlog or anything, I will answer that question. But yeah, thank you for the engagement as well. This is the end of the sit down video. At least I got this video's duration. I got time to rest. Now I have to do other things and prepare for tomorrow, all those things. So can't do this what I can do this bit. But anyway, see you in the next video.
Working with PMI transformed my life. And when I tapped into the amazing community, it then started giving me opportunities to lead